Hey guys, just wanted to give you a basic, simple overview for Build Network. It's a powerful opportunity, really, really solid company, something that we can sink our teeth into for a very long period of time. And they have a lot of cool stuff that's happening right now, international expansion right on the horizon, new products. And yet our core product, which is residential solar, it's such a booming industry. The opportunity just in that alone is it's powerful, right? So let's go ahead and dive right in. We're going to give you some information here on not only our products, but also how you can earn as an active affiliate and grow your residual income and or your upfront high ticket commissions as well. Because again, the cool thing about this opportunity is it marries, the high ticket commission model with the back end residual model. So you get the best of both worlds. So let's dive right in. It says here how to make real money from home in the fastest growing industry. Here are our world-class services. Again, our core product is residential solar. We also have commercial solar, by the way. We also have home security. We also have Rain, which is our water purification system. And we also have a monthly subscription, the Smart Money Club. And there's a lot of enhancements that are being done to that monthly subscription right now. I think it's super powerful, with new services being added to it. Here are some examples of what you can earn with a solar, anywhere from seven to $10,000 average. So again, you don't need to have a monstrous team to make really good money if you sink your teeth into the solar part. Now, of course, if you do build a team, there are overrides and bonuses and things of that nature that you can earn. But again, the selling point here, okay, the takeaway is on average, you can make $7,000 per sale. So think about that on your own pen. You can make a significant income, even if you never built a team or don't have any desire to build a team, or maybe you do want to build a team, but maybe it takes you a little while to do that. While you're doing that, on your own pen, you can make a very significant income. For the home security, you can make an average of $500 to $700. For the rain system, it's anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 per sale. So, I mean, what I want you to understand is you're not making $5, $10 commissions here on a small little product where you need tens of thousands of people to make significant income because the commissions are so high. you know you can build a very, very solid income here with a very small team or with no team. Right now, of course, if you're a builder, if you're someone who's thinking big, if you're a business minded person, you might say, well, what if I build a big team? Right? If I build a big team here, it can be a pretty significant. And then like I said before, our residual income side comes with our subscription. So we'll talk a little bit about that here in a minute. Well, let's give you a little preview here. We represent the number one largest solar and home security company in the U.S., as well as other cutting-edge world-class products and services. No cold calling or door knocking. We have a proven warm market lead system. It's 100% virtual, so you can work remotely, part-time or full-time, no experience required. Again, the beauty of working remotely is anywhere you have an internet connection, you have a computer or maybe just a phone, you can do this business. You can have a customer base all over the country. You can have a team built all across the country. It's 100% virtual. We have people making a significant amount of income, and they're just doing Zooms, right from their home office, right? Doing Zooms, connecting with clients, training people, right over the internet. So again, very, very powerful. Um, Also, no high pressure sales, right? We take an educated soft sell approach. We help clients save a significant amount of money, not only upfront, but over the long term. And again, we have an earn while you learn program. So even though you don't, maybe you don't know everything, you have a mentor, right? A trainer, and you're allowing them to do all the work. You're simply making introductions. You could make a very significant income doing that while you're being trained. So again, as we mentioned before, you earn an average of $7,000 per sale. Um, and if you decide to build a team, you can build an override business, an override income. So I'll show you what that is shortly. Okay. Um, so again, we talked a little bit about this already, right? We do have commercial solar, by the way, as I mentioned before, but just for the sake of simplicity for this overview, we're just going to talk about residential solar, right? Because there's a huge opportunity just in that, right? So why are homeowners going solar? They say they can save up to 50% on their electricity costs. Like who doesn't want to save money on a bill they're already paying, right? It's just a no-brainer. It's an easy conversation to have. They can also have one lower fixed monthly payment, right? As opposed to a monthly payment that fluctuates and goes up over time every single year. They can get locked into one lower fixed monthly payment. Very, very powerful. Think about it like this. Imagine going back to the 80s, right? Some of you guys weren't even born in the 80s, right? But imagine if you can go back into the 80s when gas was $1 per gallon. Now, knowing what you know now, and I don't know what the price of gas is in your area, right? $3, $4. It's gone up to $5 or $6 in some areas, right? $7 even a little while back. But if you had the opportunity, knowing what the price of gas is today, if you had the opportunity to go back and lock that dollar per gallon price in, would you have done it? Of course you would have, right? It's just no brainer, right? Well, guess what? Same thing with electricity. It goes up, it goes down, it fluctuates, but over time it goes up. What if you can lock a lower payment right now? Think about the savings that it'll give you over the next 15, 20, 25, 30 years, right? So not only are you saving money up front, up to 50% on your electricity costs, you're saving a ton of money for the course of the next couple of decades. There's also zero money down with very slow financing options, no money out of your pocket to switch, right? Very powerful. There's also blackout protection. There's tax credits, right? Immediate increase in the home value of up to 17%. So just by having solar panels on your roof, homeowners have an immediate increase in their home value. Now you might say, well, what if they want to sell their home? Well, if you do the research, you'll understand that houses, right, with solar panels on their roof actually sell faster than houses without solar panels, right? So very, very powerful. And of course, helps protect the environment, right? Clean energy, hot topic right now. Very, very powerful stuff. So here's our installation partner, Freedom Forever. Freedom Forever has 13 plus years of proven solar experience, generating over 2 billion in revenue for 2023. They've completed over 150,000 successful installations, 99, almost 100% customer satisfaction rate. They've been recognized as the number one largest residential solar company in total market share. And again, they have a 25-year production guarantee. We'll talk a little bit more about that on another video. I just want to give you a taste of how documented this is, right? Here are some states that we cover. Right now, currently, we cover 35 states, which is 70% of the United States. So again, we're actively installing in many, many states, and we have a few states that are coming soon. So here are just some customer testimonials. This customer in California paying $287 a month before solar. After solar, $148 a month. So pretty significant monthly savings there. But not only are we saving them money monthly upfront, think about how much we're saving them down the road, because their $287 a month would have been fluctuating and going up over the next couple of years. $148 a month, they can lock that in with solar. They save a ton of money down the road. Customer in Florida, $410 a month before solar, $290 a month after solar. Again, this is a no-brainer, right? It's, do you want to pay more? Do you want to pay, or do you want to pay less? It's that, pretty cut and dry, right? Our VP of sales, he says a solar sales presentation is not a sale. It's actually an IQ test, right? It's no-brainer. So if you educated 10 homeowners how to save tens of thousands of dollars by switching to solar with zero upfront costs, how many of the 10 do you feel would switch, right? You might sit there and say, well, 10, right? Or 9, right? Here's the thing. You don't need all of them to switch, right? If you have 1 or 2 out of 10 that switch, how much revenue would that be to your pocket if you're making an average of $7,000 per sale? Right? Isn't that awesome? Right? Way to think about it. Of course, we want everybody to switch. We want to help everybody. We want to help everybody save money. But even if you just get a few, you're making a very significant income because of our high ticket model. Now, let's look at energy costs over time. Remember we said we save people money over time? Well, 6 to 8% is the compounded annual increase of electricity, right? So someone who's paying $150 in today's payment in 10 years, that they'll be projected to pay $300 for their electricity. And in 30 years, they'll be paying $1,500 for the electricity because again, it grows 6 to 8% every single year. That's $225,000 if you add up the cost of their electricity. But if they lock into one lower monthly payment in the same 30-year time frame, they'll spend only $54,000. That's $171,000 in true savings. So not only are we saving them some money up front, we're saving them tens of thousands, in this case, six figures, almost multiple six figures in savings over the next 30 years. So again, you lock in your electricity bill, no money down, save tens of thousands of dollars. If you're going to pay for electricity anyway, isn't it better that you save tens of thousands of dollars and keep all that extra money in your bank account? So why get involved in the solar industry? Let's look at this from a business perspective, an entrepreneurial opportunity. Size and timing, huge, right? 90 million homes qualify for solar, yet only 5% have solar, which means there's 85 million homes that are eligible for solar that haven't switched yet. That's a huge opportunity, right? The U.S. Energy Department wants solar to provide 40% of the nation's energy by 2035. Solar is one of the fastest growing industries in the U.S. The U.S. government is planning to require that all new homes in the U.S. have solar panels installed. It's already a law in California. And in 2023, someone went solar every 39 seconds. In 2024, it was even faster than that. So people are switching to solar. Whether you get involved with this opportunity or not, whether I get involved or not, people are switching to solar because why? It just makes sense. They want to save money, right? So guess what? If you can get in front of a trend, if you can get in front of a business trend, right, or something that people are going to do anyway, you can have a financial windfall. That's a huge opportunity. Imagine getting in front of the cell phone industry or the internet industry, right, back in the day. Huge, right? This is going to be the same thing. Whether you understand it, whether you like it, people are switching over to solar. So let's talk about the business here. Business Encore Solar, or because Encore Solar is a 100% virtual company, you can help people right from your mobile phone. We talked about that already. You can work and earn money right from your phone. So as a new consultant, let's say you're someone that has no experience. You've never done anything like this before. That's okay. We have a introduce, watch, and get paid system here. All you do is you introduce homeowners to your mentor, right? Your trainer. You let them do the overview. You let them do the presentation. You let them answer the questions. You let them walk your friend, family, with neighbor, whatever the case may be. Let them walk them through the process. All you do is watch and you take notes, right? That's how you get trained. Guess what? You get paid an average of $3,500 per sale. Um, Very, very powerful, right? Can you introduce somebody to somebody else, let the other person do the work, and you get paid $3,500? We're not talking about $35 commissions, right? Or $10 commissions or $20 commissions. This is a significant amount of money, right? Again, it's a huge opportunity. Wouldn't an extra $3,500 a month part-time relieve some financial stress in your life? Now, once you get past the training phase, and you're qualified to close sales on your own, you'll earn 70% commission on your personal solar sales. That's 70% of the company's profit, which on average is $10,000 per install. And that's where we get the $7,000 number. Again, an average of $7,000 is what you can earn per sale if you're doing the sale by yourself. So think about that. How many sales do you want to do per month? Totally up to you, right? Again, you don't have to have a monstrous team here. You don't even have to build a team for you to make a good income. Of course, if you build a team, there are benefits to that, but on your own pen, you could make a nice income. So it says here, it takes an average of 1 to 2 hours total to help a homeowner go solar. How many homeowners would you like to help? If you choose to be a trainer, like you can become a mentor yourself if you want. Again, totally optional. You don't have to. But if you want to be a trainer and you want to help brand new people get started up and running, teach them the process, what will happen is they'll introduce you to people that they know. You do the presentation, you answer all the questions, and you can make a mentor sale, a mentor commission, right? So again, what's the potential here, right? Let's take a look. Let's say you help four brand new people. We call them consultants. If you help four brand new people close their first three training sales, right? And those three training sales are going to be people that they know in their warm market, friends, family, coworkers, cousin, best friend, et cetera, right? That's 12 sales at an average of $3,500 that you're going to earn as a mentor, right? That's $42,000 worth of commissions paid to you just by helping four people get their first three training sales. Does it pay to be a mentor? Yeah, it's optional. You don't have to be a mentor. There's certainly benefits to being a mentor and helping train brand new people. Okay. Now, John D. Rockefeller, he said, I would rather earn 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% effort, of my own efforts. We allow you to leverage that way of thinking, this model, because you can earn overrides if you build a team. How do you build a team? You introduce people to our concept, right? You introduce people to our opportunity. If they get started, guess what? You'll earn overrides based on sales that they do. Now, what are other industries, right, that have the same model? Well, real estate, they have the very same model that I'm talking about, right? In real estate, there's a broker, then there's a bunch of agents that work in their office. Maybe the broker had a hand in training those agents. Maybe they support those agents, right? Guess what? When an agent sells a home, they make money. But guess who also makes money? The broker, right? The broker earns an override, right? Very, very powerful. This is the way real estate works. Guess what? There's a lot of industries that use this very same model, right? Insurance, just a whole lot, right? So it says here, when an agent sells a house, they earn a commission who also gets paid. We already established that the broker does. Would you rather be the agent or the broker? Right? Me, I'd rather be the broker, right? Because you can create an override income, right? Is it illegal for a broker to get paid an override on their agent sale? Of course not, right? We have the very same model. In our solar brokerage, you are, let's say, a manager. And on your team, you have a bunch of consultants. When those consultants go out and close a sale, guess what? They make a commission. You also earn an override. Okay, very much like real estate. Okay, who would you rather be, the consultant or the manager? Of course, if you're like me, you'd want to be the manager, right? Let's talk a little bit about the overrides here. This is our ranking system. We have consultant, manager. These are the different positions, right? Director, executive director, and we have something called a national director. Based on your rank, you'll earn a frontline override, right? And of course, as you move through the ranks, you increase your frontline overrides, but you also increase your team infinity overrides. And at the higher levels here, you earn part of the company-wide bonus pool. Now, you might say, well, these are percentages. What does this exactly mean? What's the dollar amount? How much can I actually earn? Well, let's show you here. Here's an example where if you're a manager and you have five consultants on your team, five team members, and those five team members are doing two sales each a month. Well, in this example, you'll be making $6,300 in team overrides. And let's say you help one person, right, with solar yourself, you make $7,000. That's $13,000 a month in total earnings with you and five people on your team. Let's say you continue to grow. Let's say you rank up to director and you have 10 consultants, not five. Now you have 10 because you're growing your team. And those 10 consultants are doing two sales each. Well, in this example, you'll be making $13,800 a month in overrides. And if you help one person yourself, you add that to the overrides, that's $20,000 a month in total earnings. That's almost $250,000 of income per year with you and a team of 10 people, right? Now, the beautiful part of this, right, if you notice, is out of the 20,000, 7,000 is from your personal efforts. The other 13,800, right, 13,800 is from overrides, right? Now, let's say, for example, you got sick, God forbid, right? Or you got a car accident, or you had an injury, or maybe a loved one needs help, or maybe you had a death in the family, or let's not be so doom and gloom. Let's just say maybe you went on vacation for a year, right? You wanted to travel the world and go from country to country. Bottom line is, let's say you went away for a month, or you didn't work, or you just wanted to take a break for a month. You know what happens to those overrides? They continue to come. Why? Because just because you're on a break or you have something going on, your team members are still closing sales. So that 13,800, that comes in whether you do anything or not. Isn't that powerful? Right? That's powerful, right? Building an override income gives you freedom. It's awesome, right? Last example here, let's say you grow, you become an executive director, which is the top position in the company. You have 50 team members now. 50 team members. Now, just know that you didn't get those 50 team members. You got a few who got a few who got a few. And over the course of time, you have 50 team members on your team, each doing two sales a month. That's $67,000 a month in team overrides, guys. Like $67,000 a month, would you be all right? Right. And again, the beauty of an override income is if you disappear, that income continues to come, right? It's not based on your efforts, it's based on other people's efforts. That gives you leverage, right? Leverage. So again, very, very powerful model that we have here. Awesome. Just this is just a little bit on the home business security side. Not going to really go too much into this, but we are partnered with ADT, very well-known documented company. They've been around for over 100 years. And if you see here, services range from $49 a month to $63 a month for the customer. You make an average of $400 to $700 per sale, and they pay you the very next week, right? So you're paid on a weekly basis. So very, very powerful stuff. So what would it take for you to start your own solar business? Well, if you wanted to do this on your own, you're going to have to build relationships with installers, right? Because again, you're not going to be installing the panels, right? You're going to need a team of people to come up there and install panels on people's roofs. You're also going to have an accounting and legal department, a sales department, right? Like who's going to get these customers for you, right? You need to have a sales department. You're also going to need customer service operations. You're also going to need CRM, right, and technology. And then also you're going to need to have marketing, right? So you're going to have to be doing all these things if you wanted to do this on your own. All of this probably going to cost you a six-figure, investment, right? Matter of fact, if you do the research, this is from Solarverse, right? They say to start a solar company, right, on your own, it's going to cost about 50,000 minimum cash and then 50,000 franchise fee if you're franchising and approximately $90,000 minimum to get started, right? Now, how do you get started with Build Network? It's not going to cost you 90,000, right? If you're interested in getting started, you can get started for as low as $149, right? $149 one time, and then monthly it'll be $49 as a tech fee, right? So that you can own your own solar brokerage, own your own security and water brokerage. You'll have access to your back office, online certifications, trainings, that sort of thing. It'll be only $49 a month. Now think about that. You have a huge opportunity here, a multi-million-dollar opportunity for a one-time 149 and then $49 a month. You've spent more than $149 on other things, right? Like I've spent more than $149 on Uber Eats. Right? Kind of embarrassed to say, right? But we've spent $149 on a lot of things. Here you have an opportunity to start and own and build your own business, right? And again, I'm not a CPA or an accountant. You're going to have to talk to your CPA, but that 149 is also a tax write-off, right? Now, the $49 a month tech fee, just so you know, we have a program called Refer For and Pay No More. So if you refer four people, you don't have to pay your tech fee anymore. Isn't that powerful, right? So again, you can start your own solar brokerage for as little as $149 a month. Now, real quick, as I start to wrap up, we have a residual component, right? It's based on subscription, our subscription. Now, our monthly subscription, should you choose to get involved with it, it gives you amazing value, right? Financial mastery, business mastery. You're going to learn all about that. We also have a travel product, right? Retail discount. So again, you have a monthly subscription product that gives you a tremendous amount of value, and we're adding to that, as we speak, right? But just to give you an idea, these are some companies that have a residual income subscription model. Netflix, right? Amazon Prime, Spotify, we've all heard of these companies. Look at Netflix, $10 a month. They have 282 million monthly subscribers. That brings them almost $3 billion a month in revenue. Amazon Prime, $15 a month, 200 million monthly subscribers. That brings them almost $3.5 billion a month in revenue. Same thing with Spotify. So again, we didn't invent the subscription model, right? There's a lot of successful companies that already use it, but we have something like this. And the cool thing is you're going to be in this opportunity, you're going to have a chance to be on the other end of it. Instead of you paying for the subscription, which you probably already do, like myself, right? But I pay for Netflix. I have a bunch of subscriptions, right? You can be on the other end where you can build a business and get paid on those subscriptions, right? Um, so again, just a little bit on our subscription product, right? Again, we'll do another video highlighting all the different things you can get. But we have something called the Smart Money Club. That's part of that subscription. Gives you opportunities to learn about financial mastery, like credit repair building, tax planning, being your own bank, tax-free retirement. Also, business mastery, like establishing corporate credit, access to capital, that sort of thing. So you can learn all about that. There's people that pay thousands of dollars for this type of information. They go to like a weekend course at a hotel or something like that. They hear from a licensed person. They pay thousands of dollars. This is all part of your membership, your subscription, right? We also have something called Build Rewards, where you can save money on restaurants, theater tickets, retail. If you're going to shop retail, there's also travel savings, right? So again, this is very, very powerful stuff. Says if you can save a significant amount of money every time you visit a restaurant, hotel, retail store, or go on vacation with our exclusive Build subscription, you can. So think about how much you do online, how much shopping, whether it be travel, restaurants, buying stuff, shopping, right? You can go through your membership and you can save a little bit. And again, the average annual savings per subscriber is anywhere from $2,500 to $3,500 per year. Now, let's talk a little bit about how you can build a group of subscribers, get that leverage, and you can earn from basically a subscriber base, right? That you help to build, but you're not responsible 100% for building. In other words, you get the ball rolling by getting a few subscribers, and then if those few subscribers get a few subscribers, and those few subscribers get a few subscribers, before you know it, over the course of time, you have a pretty significant size subscriber base that you're getting paid residual monthly income on. Is that powerful? So let's just say here, right, that you start off the process with two, and every month your team grows by two, right? Two by two. In other words, you get two subscribers on month one. In month two, those two subscribers get two. You have four subscribers on month two. In month three, those four subscribers grow by two. So you have eight. So again, this is just an example, a two who get two example. You can see here that over the course of, let's say, a year, you have 4,000 subscribers just on your 12th level. You add this all up, you have over 8,000 subscribers in a year, right? Now, there's some people that may take more than a year, it might take less than a year, right? You might have people that, get more than two people. You might have people that get no people. You might have people that get 10 people, right? So it's not gonna look as perfect as this. We have to show you an example of something so you can understand that you can grow a subscriber base irregardless of what you are doing, right? You just started the process. Like you don't have to get all 8,000 of these people. You just started the process, right? And throughout the course of time, right, your network grew to a significant amount, right? So what does that mean to you dollar wise? Well, let's take a look at our model here. Let's say you have 10 subscribers, right, on your left team and 10 subscribers on your right team. Okay, we'll break that down on another video, but let's say you have 20 subscribers in this example. You have a $500 monthly residual that you built, right? We call that a Builder 500. Let's say you grow to Builder 1000, which is 50 subscribers, right? 25 on your left, 25 on your right. Now you have $1,000 a month in residual income. This income comes every single month, right? Because it's based on subscriptions, right? Builder 2000, that's 55 active subscribers on your left and on your right. That's $2,000 a month. And you can see here, this can exponentially grow over time. You have the opportunity to build up to $250,000 a month in residual income just from these subscriptions. Now, let's say you never get to that point. What would an extra 2,000 or 4,000 or even $8,000 a month in residual income do for you, right? Would you not have to worry about certain bills, right? Of course, right? You would have residual income, right? Question we always ask people is, you have monthly residual bills, shouldn't you have monthly residual income? How do you get started as a builder? If you want to participate in our subscription model, essentially what you're doing is you're just adding $50 more to our consultant position, which was $149 to get started. Here, you can have everything that a consultant has, plus participate in our subscription model, right? Our opportunity there for $199 one time, right? So it's not 149 and 199. Instead of coming in at 149, you just come in at 199 and you have everything that the 149 position has, right? And then it's $99 a month for the tech fee. But as I mentioned before, there's a refer for and pay no more. And you don't have to pay that $99 a month, right? Pretty powerful. So again, you can get started for a very small amount. You can have a business that you can build. So it says here, how much could it cost you if you don't get started right away? Like some people, they'll sit there and say, well, instead of coming in immediately and getting this prime position with the person who's sharing this with you, you might sit there and say, well, let me wait a month or two, right? And during the course of that time, the person who invited you, they're going to continue building. They're going to continue inviting people to this opportunity. And let's say you decide a month or two or three from now, you say, you know what? I've been thinking I want to get in at this point. Instead of coming in all the way up here, you're coming in all the way down here. Still a good opportunity, right? But look at all the people and volume that you passed up on because you got placed up here. Instead, you're going to be placed all the way down here. So timing and positioning, very, very key in this type of model. Okay. So let's summarize the true facts. Can you make real money online and from home? Yes. Can you work part-time or full-time? Control your own schedule. Yes. Could you make great money without hiring others? Yes. Can you be successful without cold calling? Yes. If you have no solar sales or business experience, can you still earn great money with Build Network? Yes. Right. So how do you partner with Build Network? You contact the person who referred you, get the registration link, right? I'll have a registration link underneath this video in the description box. You can get started. And then what you'll do is you'll schedule your business launch session. Okay. Um, After your business launch session, you'll know exactly what to do to get started and start implementing your training. We'll get you plugged into our calls, our Zooms. We have many Zooms that happen throughout the course of the week. Sometimes some of them are in the daytime, some of them are in the evening, but we'll get you fully trained. Okay, so check the link down below and or reach out to me. I'll give you some information. You can ask me whatever question you have, and I'll help you get started. All right, guys. All right, guys. Hopefully you saw an amazing opportunity here. We will catch you on the next video. Peace.